Listen, social media has taken the world by storm and is reaching across generations. So take us through the good, the bad, and some warnings. Great to have media expert from thinkstart.ca, Mohit Rajhans, back on the show. Good morning, Mohit.
Good morning, Tim.
So does that mean I have to accept the friend request from my mom?
Yeah, it almost seems like a decade ago or about five years ago when you got some sort of friend request from an older person in your family, you thought, uh-oh, is it over for me now on social media? But now the truth is, Tim, there's 5 different generations on the internet now. And so truth be told, social media is being run right now with some great content and some great utility for the senior market, and that's part of the stuff we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. So what are some of those factors that are driving the increased activity?
Well, I think one of the things is, especially during the pandemic, what we saw was that many seniors were able to gravitate towards social media to find that connection that might have been lost. Then from that, we also have seen that many social media companies have made it very easy to sort of live in their ecosystem. So, for example, Facebook owns Meta and owns Instagram and owns WhatsApp. And so seniors feel a lot more comfortable about being able to use apps like that. But then moving it forward as well, we are in a situation where social media is not all about the likes and the virality. It's the utility, it's the shopping, it's the family, it's the legacy, it's the community groups. And so now, almost better than our generations, we're seeing seniors utilize social media in a way that actually is functional and a little less about just the vanity, for example.
And we saw right off the top there, like into TikTok, they're using that.
Yeah.
Grandfluencers.
Grandfluencers.
Grandfluencers. Can you imagine?
We would have been talking about this. We're talking about an actual genre when it comes down to social media of content and educators and people who are bringing awareness and inspiring people. In fact, many of the top TikTok and YouTube Shorts influencers, content creators right now are in the genre of Grandfluencers. Now, don't get me wrong, it doesn't really work the same way as the influencer world, and they're not all peddling products, and they're not in a situation where they're monetizing necessarily in the same way as a traditional influencer. But what's great is that it's motivating people to share their stories, share their culture, and share their experiences. And ultimately, that's kind of what you want out of social media, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So that's the good. What about, let's get into the bad and some of the warnings.
Yeah. So with the utility of social media comes the idea that it becomes a little bit too easy to use sometimes. So for seniors in your life, you do want to discuss what sort of payment aspects are connected to their social media. You also want to discuss about things like the grandparent scam, which is very common right now. And that's this idea that through social media, family might be reaching out to you and claiming that they might need money or some help with something. Just make sure you're doing this, what we call double factor authentication. See, the beauty about this, Tim, is that we want to talk about legacy and security now in the same conversation when it comes down to seniors and social media. We want them to feel like it's great to document what they're doing in their life and feel comfortable about reaching out to people, but really focus on the security, because the last thing we want is for people to feel vulnerable in any age category on digital media.
Okay, so let's get to family. So turning to social media, we got a minute left here to how can we make the experience more enjoyable for the entire family together?
Yeah, that's where the privacy stuff starts to come into place, because, you know, we have grandparents that love to share of this. I'm sorry, did I cut out?
No, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good.
If I cut out. But if I didn't, I just wanted to mention that I want to make sure that seniors understand that if they're on social media and they're going at this, they want to make sure that they document their stuff and back all of it up. Because unfortunately, one of the things that becomes very easy is that social media is a place that we store a lot of our memories and our information, but it can be gone overnight. So we have to discuss with seniors that security is not only an issue, but also that they don't actually own all of that information on their social media accounts.
Always great having you on the show, Mohit Rajhans. You can follow him at thinkstart.ca or on Instagram, Mohit Rajhans. Yeah, follow him on Instagram, on the social medias. Good to see you. We'll see you again soon.
Have a great one.
Cheers.